Some of us knew James Barber as a recent or long-time friend, some as the Urban Peasant who for years came into homes around the world with an amazing message of how things done in the kitchen can be tasty, nutritious, easy, and fun. For those of us who made the show a regular thing, it was a very personal relationship that we all had with James, a bearded, often clumsy guy. He somehow managed to always make it happen, to be original in his presentations, to turn tens of thousands of kitchen dummies around the world into something much better, who communicated his message like no other. Just check the web pages for the genuine outflow of affection that the world had and still had for James Barber. As someone wrote on the blog, the world has a little less flavor today. At our place, I watched the Urban Peasant with my daughters, and it was our custom after the show was over to attempt to create Barber-like recipes, complete with his mannerisms, in our collective imaginations, because it always seemed that with next to nothing, he would not only have a recipe, but he'd also have a new book. I remember half a dozen of our creations, and I consulted with my kids to confirm them. And forgive me, but I can only do these one way, and these were our barbarisms.
Here's a tip. Baked beans or chili for a big family picnic. Do it in a wheelbarrow. Get a fire going underneath. Give everyone a spoon. Do it simple and a lot of fun. Leave what's left for the crows. There's a real easy way to spruce up old lettuce leaves. Hairspray. Dead easy, dead easy. Make your herbs go even further. Dry out the grass clippings and mix them in. No one will ever know. No whipped cream for the lemon meringue pie. Shaving cream. Dress it up with pretty swirls and show it off. No one ever eats lemon meringue pie anyway. Topping for an ice cream, thin out some toothpaste with a bit of milk. Presto, a la mode, a la crest. Clean your teeth as you eat your dessert. Muffins sticking to the pan? Forget the pan. WD-40. Works every time. Too late to thaw out turkey for a Christmas dinner? Here's how you do it. You get an electric drill and a big bit, and you make holes all over the frozen bird. You fill them full of firecrackers. You light the fuses, and you run like hell. You'll have a whole lot of manageable colors with a nice smoky flavor. Corner store stuff.
Just before we officially recognized James's extraordinary life, 84 years as a food dude, a writer, a sailor, a physicist, an actor, a musician, a choreographer, a salesman, a miner, an engineer, a fisherman, a farmer, a husband, and a dad. Let me share with you some of his words, his very own words, written on his farm on Vancouver Island, and part of his observation on the season that we are now enjoying. Springtime. And springtime in the country is a sexy business. Cats, donkeys, sheep, llamas, snowdrops, daffodils, frogs, cows, birds, and hazelnut trees. They're all hard at it, reproducing as fast as they can outside every window in the house.
The first of the barn swallows are sussing out the nest from last year, collecting mud and bits of donkey hairs to make repairs, looking for the one hole in the eaves of the house that I haven't plugged. The same hole as they've used as long as I've been here. And the cats sit and watch the hole that they can't reach. They know they can't reach it, but they hope that one day in the early summer, when the beaks of the baby swallows crowd the hole, waiting for the mosquitoes that Mum and Dad bring back every 5 minutes of every day, that they, the cats, hope that maybe, just maybe, one of those little birds will forget how to fly and drop to the ground, just maybe. The hummingbirds are back. The little ones, the calliope hummingbirds, they come all the way from the winter in the Gulf of Mexico. They're little fragile birds who burn so much energy that they need to eat every 5 minutes. Yet somehow one day in the fall they'll all take off and somehow manage a 2,000-mile journey, packing only their memories of where and exactly where they made their homes last summer. One of my neighbors has a theory that they hitchhike. They burrow into the down on the geese, he says. All that soft, fluffy stuff under the feathers, and he claims that they hibernate and the goose takes off for its trip south. And when they get to a warm, sunny place, they wake up, they crawl out, and they start being hummingbirds all over again. He reckons that one of the reasons of a lot of geese stay in Canada for the winter is that they're just tired of packing all them freeloading little bastards along. It's springtime in the country.
And they were James Barber's words, and I really tonight would like to welcome Christina Burridge, the light of James Barber's life, to bring him into the Restaurant Hall of Fame.
Thank you, everyone. I only wish James could be here tonight to accept this. Failing that, you'll have to put up with me. I guess that one of the things that always astounded me with James was it didn't matter where we went, on the ferry, Granville Island Market, in restaurants, in Paris, in Portugal, people came up to him and said, "You don't know me, but I have to tell you that you changed my life." And what they really meant was that for them, he'd made it easy to understand that cooking and food was the fundamental connection to other people. And they loved him for that. And he certainly changed my life too, long before I met him, actually. I came here to Vancouver in 1973, the same year as John Bishop. We were reminiscing about it, when there was really nowhere much to eat in this city. And as John reminded me, you could actually put $5,000 down on a house and buy one. And I was a student at UBC, and on Friday mornings when James was writing restaurant reviews for the province, my roommate and I, we'd get on the bus and we'd read those reviews and say, that's where we're going to go tonight. Because James actually introduced the city to itself. He introduced most of us to Chinese food, to Japanese food, to Korean food, to all kinds of things that we'd really never tasted before. So I think in many ways, what we're all here tonight owes much to James. And I thank you for appreciating him here tonight. And I'll just leave you with one last thought. James always said, you can bake it, you can boil it, you can fry it, you can screw it up, and screwing up is part of life. Thanks, everyone.